All right, how you doing, guys? Professor EDC with another first impressions video, and this is more than a first impressions video. It's more like a review, official review of the VOSTEED brand, a brand that is somewhat new. I think I don't remember when the Nightshade came out. If it was a year or 2 years ago, I believe it's a year ago, somewhere of a year and a half, and that we were caught by surprise by this blade shape, this very peculiar blade shape, out of a Chinese traditional knife, I believe. So Chinese, Hong Kong, Taiwan, let's not get into politics. But it's a knife, a traditional knife from that region. And of course this is a Chinese brand. And you know, a lot of people just talk a lot about Civibi and Sencut, same brand, CJRB, Artisan, who else? What are these other brands? Man, I'm forgetting one of my favorites. Anyways, all these budget styled brands that Bestech, of course, that have improved over the years, but those brands need to be aware of this brand, and I'm really serious about it. I think that the first two models were the Nightshade, and particularly it was this model with the flipper, and then came with the studs, and then with the spidey hole, and then I had one more, of course, and then the last one was the mini. God, this thing is awesome. Anyways, let me see if it comes out in the family picture. I'm just working in a new space, so there we go. Yeah, VOSTEED. This was also the first, I think it was this one, one of the first higher tiers of VOSTEED, the Thunderbird. It was either this or the Valkyrie with S35 VN, and this micarta, no sorry, this G10, G-Mascus, if you will, with a triple, a button lock, but also a triple opener, the spidey hole, if you will, back flipper, front flipper, and of course with a button lock. So 4 ways to open this knife. Now I've been testing most of these knives, the Raccoon, the Thunderbird, and the Nightshade for, I don't know, 6 months or so, and I'm just really happy with this brand and what they're doing. Just to let you know, this is one of my all-time favorite knives. Absolutely. The Nightshade is such a different design, and at the same time so comfortable, a great size, great blade performance. It's just I need something to clean the blade with. And I gravitate towards this knife over and over, and I have to really get into a fight with myself not to pick this up or this one up, because it's just that good, and not only that good, but it's, like I said, it's one of my preferred ones and all-time favorite. And this, where is it? This one is in 154. Is it this one? Yeah, 154 cm. The blade geometry is fantastic. It has a high flat grind, crown spine, which that makes it just look so beautiful. Perfect jimping. I have large size hand or XL depending on the glove. The action is amazing. Sometimes the detent is too strong, and you gotta fix that, of course. And they're budget, but at the same time not so cheap. They're around the $65–70 range, I think. At least the new nightshades. What's the and this is in Nitro V. This one is in 14C28N, fantastic steel. This one is in S35. The Raccoon is also in Sandvik, 14C28, and the thumb stud is in Nitro V. So, and geez, I'm fighting with myself because I need to let go of a few of these. And you know, I would love to keep the collection like that. Like I said, the Nightshade is just one of my favorite knives, folders. So usable, such great performance. It's a slicer, it's strong, it has a fine tip. This micarta, this one in particular, is much better, of a better, higher quality. You have the in the main pivot area, you have this frame around the pivot of copper, I believe, and that's just a small detail that makes it look even nicer. Like I said, the action is fantastic. But that was a jump from this micarta, which this micarta is pretty cheap, I gotta say. I hope they have improved the micarta, because this feels just like, I don't know, this feels more like plastic than micarta. And I've tried a lot of micartas, yeah, this one is just a pretty big mistake, I think. But this was back in the beginning when they started off with this model and this model, and I think they've come a long way. Also, for example, with the Thunderbird and this button lock in particular, you gotta be careful, because the more you use it, this button lock, at least on this one, seems to unscrew, and I'm going to try to show you. The more you use it, you open and close it, you push the button, it tends to not come off, but there you have it. There it is. And you can see right there. So it tends to come up. And now we just gotta screw this back on. So what I'm saying is VOSTEED needs to be careful with these details. I think they are doing a fantastic job. I really do. I think I will put VOSTEED up there with my favorite brands. at least of new brands, for what they're doing. They have to be careful. They gotta try. For example, I had to out of the box. I had to sharpen this Thunderbird. Is it the Thunderbird? Yeah, it is. Don't have the reading glasses on. Anyways, and this is such a cool blade grind. You know, it's a harpoon-esque tanto, and gosh, it's really good looking. I don't quite like this Damascus thing, at least not in this color, but you know, that's okay. The bronze detail now, that's cool, and it gives it just enough valance. Check out the valance of this. That's right there. And that's because of the backspacer. So they are pretty well done, mostly well done, but I gotta say, the Nightshade takes the cake. And I'm always going to talk about the Nightshade because it's such a great knife. But the Raccoon is also a fantastic utility folder. And I've never had any difficulties with this button lock. And I also use this knife pretty much for hard use and in the kitchen. And well, the good thing about this micarta is that it doesn't really stain like this one would. And the good thing is that this one is dark. It's black micarta. But anyways, the Raccoon is, you need a utilitarian knife. This is a great freaking knife, a great freaking folder. It's a good size. It has great steel, great geometry to cut and slice. It's strong, you know. I think, and I would love to, I'm going to do a video comparing budget knives, budget EDC knives. I'm going to compare this and, well, I'm going to keep it a secret and see which one would win in a luchas. In a wrestling match, WWK, World Wrestling Knives Federation, right? So yeah, in the WWK, in the luchas, knives luchas or luchas knives, I'm gonna try and put that one to the test with other ones. This one I'm gonna keep apart because it's just this has elements really that other knives, that other folders don't have, and that particular shape, it just brings that uniqueness that we desperately need in the knife world, with so many generic knives. Yeah, it is the time of the golden age of knives. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that all of them are unique, or that all of them have that those qualities to make that knife really something or something different. And then this one, the last one, the most recent one, the mini Nightshade with the crossbar lock, like the Benchmade, right? The axis. Which one do I prefer? Well, love the mini, but it's kind of small for my hand. but I love it. I love this thing. It's just, man, it's just the shape. It's just the shape. Check it out. You might think it's gonna be uncomfortable or rare to cut with, kind of weird to cut. No. This thing is fantastic when cutting. If you're in the yard, if you're in a camp, this thing is fantastic. And then just this is so cute. And this crossbar lock is working so nice. No difficulties there. Smooth in action. This one had the detent a bit strong, so I had to fix that, and not such a big problem. Look at that. Perfect. I don't like strong detents. I like a detent to work, just being fine-tuned, but I don't like strong detents. So, what do you guys think? I think VOSTEED should slow down. I think they shouldn't fall in the same game as other brands like CJRB, like Civivi and Sencut and whatnot, and focus on, and Kubi is another one of my favorite brands. But they're falling in this game of just producing and spitting out just a bunch of generic knives when they have really great designs in some of their knives, and you know, just focus on improving the good things that they have and not just spit out so many things. You know, it's just too much. For example, this Thunderbird, really like the model. That's why I bought it. But I would definitely just cut out this top flipper. It's absolutely not necessary, and I don't like top flippers, and it's not comfortable. So, but the hole, the opening hole, the button lock, and the top flipper are great. So, you know, it's not necessary another opening mechanism. I don't think it's just too much. The same as we're having, I think, just too many models out there of one brand. Is it necessary to have that many? I don't think so. What do you guys think? What do you think of the brand, of the VOSTEED brand? Particularly, hopeful that they will continue to grow and they will do more things like this, and we'll see more of this fabulous knives. Particularly, oh yeah, I just have to say it. Such a good knife. If you haven't tried one of these, do yourself a favor and try it out for at least for a month, and then let me know what you think of this folder, because I'm just, like I said, this makes one of my favorite knives of all time, and I will always have a nightshade in my collection. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Professor EDC out.